Alrighty. Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, depending on when you see this. Hose is back. Alright, we are back with more Phoenix Wright is Attorney. Will this be the finale for real, for real? I guess we'll find out. We're back. Here we go. Let's get this started. This, for sure, though, is the end of this, I think, the end of this trial, or this whole episode. So, let's get straight into it. It's been about a day since last time I recorded. Last time on Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, we went ahead and continue our final trial of Lana Skye. We were trying to do our best to try to take down Damon Gant and make it seem like he is the one who did it, or like trying to. I'm not even sure what we're trying to do here, but either way, we were trying to basically say that Damon Gant has was the one who is really like creating all this forgery stuff and trying to show his true colors, that he's ordering Lana to do things. But in order to do that, we have to try to prove that he has motives for wanting to create forgery for this case. But so far it's been fruitless. We have no evidence we can use against them right now, but we have a chance by talking to Lana, and depending on what she says, we might be able to have some more evidence to fully combat Damon Gant. Let's get to it. We're going to talk to her. Here we go. By the way, Emma's back with us as well. Now then, will the defendant, Miss Lana Skye, please take the stand. By the way, I'm going to be doing laundry in a little bit, so you might hear a timer go off. Here we go. Miss Lana Skye, you are the chief prosecutor. I'm sure you're aware of what is required of you. But, Mr. Edgeworth, you already know everything. You know all that I've done from these past 2 years. Please provide the court with your testimony, Miss Skye. And remember, you are under oath. We want to hear the truth. Of course. The truth. Lana, no matter what happens, I'll always be your sister. Aww. Now then, your testimony, if you will. Please tell us about your relationship with Chief Gant. Everything hinges on your testimony. You're the only chance we have to get Gant. Gant and the fabrication. Alright. I worked alongside Gant for years. Alright. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. Are you sure about this testimony? Your Honor, I'm confessing to a capital offense. Of course I'm sure. But Lana... If this is true, then that means Chief Gant has nothing to do with this. That's what I've been telling you from the beginning. Please, Mr. Wright, you've got to help her. She's sacrificing herself because of me. But what if she's telling the truth? She's not. I know my own sister. Whenever she speaks stiffly like that, she's hiding something. Deep down, she's really screaming in agony. Yeah, there's no time to start second-guessing myself. The defense may now begin its cross-examination. Here we go. Alright. I've worked alongside Gant for years. There's no truth to this blackmail theory. I fabricated the evidence 2 years ago all by myself. When I found Prosecutor Marshall's body, I rearranged the crime scene. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. Let's talk about this. You rearranged the crime scene? Are you sure you didn't do it to keep Emma from looking like the murderer? How many times do I have to tell you, Mr. Wright? Emma didn't do it. Period. Are you so desperate to hide that fact? Are you willing to risk the death sentence? She's lying. She did it so I wouldn't be blamed for what happened. In any case, as a prosecutor, what I've done is unpardonable. There's nothing I can do to make up for my actions. Mr. Wright, my sister's lying. Looks like she's determined to protect you to the end. She insists she fabricated the evidence by herself. There's no way she could have done it alone. I've got to get Lana to talk more. If she's lying, then she's bound to slip up and make a contradiction. Alright. So then, this one? When I found Margaret, You say you did this all by yourself? Yes. Would you mind telling us what you found when you arrived at the crime scene? It seems I was the first person to discover the scene. The broken prosecutor award knife was stuck in the victim's body. What? Prosecutor Marshall died from an unfortunate accident. That's only a situation you dreamed was possible. The reality is, it wasn't my sister who took the prosecutor's life. Fantasize all you want, Mr. Wright, but I'll never change this statement. You mean Prosecutor Marshall wound up being killed by Dark? Something like that? If that's so, what happened to the other murder weapon? Dark was carrying a switchblade knife. Oh, that was lying on the floor a little distance away. It was probably knocked away in the struggle. That's not how it went down. She's trying to cover up her lies with more lies. All just to protect me. So when you found the scene like this, what did you do? After all, this is what everything boils down to. Yes. Okay, so she's making something new. Yep. I broke off the tip of Dark's knife, planted it inside the wound, then moved the body. I broke off the tip of Dark's knife. Hold on, isn't it that the piece of the knife that we have? It's wait, what? Where is it? I know we have one, don't we? Oh, I thought we had the piece that was chipped off. Weird. Found at the crime scene, wrapped in defendant's muffler. Small tag attached. Weapon found in wound was missing tip. Okay, let's talk about it first. Alright. You planted a tip inside the body, or whatever they said you can read. But why? Why would you do that? You all of all people should know, Edward. You've always had a good head on your shoulders. My head isn't that bad, but maybe I ought to ask for the sake of the others. Why did you plant the knife? Alright. But why did you do that? Come now, Mr. Wright. Even you should be able to figure it out. Very well, let's add this to the witness testimony. The reason Miss Skye fabricated that knife. Oh, another one? I knew the tip of the weapon found buried in the body would be all the proof we needed. According to your testimony, Prosecutor Marshall's broken knife was the murder weapon, right? Yes, and leaving it at that might point the blame away from Dark. I felt the most effective way to get him convicted would be having the tip of his knife found inside the victim's body. So you buried it inside the victim's stab wound? Yes, because I hated Dark for what he did. My only motivation was to get Dark convicted. It had nothing to do with Emma. I knew the tip of the weapon found buried in the body, his body, would be all the proof we needed. I knew the tip of the weapon found buried in the body would be all the proof we needed. Hmm. Oh. The same dialogue. Sometimes the dialogue changes. Okay, why did you move the body? When you showed up on the scene, where exactly was the victim's body? It was where you deduced it was by Chief Gant's desk. Okay. But the body was found by your desk. Why did you move it? The reason for that is simple. Have the witness explain this in more detail. Okay, here we go. So we have another one. The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan. What? Pieces of the jar? You mean... Yes, the wretched jar you showed us earlier. In order to show that Dark committed the crime, I felt it would be more expedient to move the body. So... when you first found the body, the jar was already... Of course, it had been shattered to pieces. If you looked at the crime scene, it would be clear right away what happened. Wait. Neil Marshall was dead and Dark was lying unconscious. In other words, the jar must have broken during the struggle. No. No, because then he wouldn't be able to write Emma, right? I see. I see. What's the matter, Emma? Apparently the jar shattered at the time the crime was committed. But I have a feeling there's more to it than that. There must be a contradiction there. Anyway, I committed this fabrication completely alone. Yeah, it's gotta be the Emma thing, right? Because if it was broken already, he wouldn't be able to write Emma because all the blood marks are actually across the broken lines. It's got to be this. Because as you can see, oh well, obviously you can't see it anymore, but it was cracked in some of the areas, so it had to have been written first before it was broken. Boom! Objection! Here we go. Good thing I went back to the other one. Miss Skye, I understand how you feel. You committed that crime 2 years ago to protect your sister. You mean the forgery at the scene where Neil Marshall was murdered? If that truth were to be exposed now, the past 2 years of your life will have been in vain. Even so, I am compelled to bring to everyone's attention a significant contradiction within your testimony. A contradiction in my testimony? You testified, and I quote, "The pieces of the jar that shattered during the events threatened my plan." That's right. Do you have a problem with that? It's a simple oversight, really. You see, a message was written on the jar with the victim's blood, that's right? Yes, the prosecutor must have written it in his final moments. Exactly so. And so this is where the contradiction lies. In order for the victim to be able to write his message on the jar, it must not yet have been broken. Here we go. Alright. You couldn't have written Emma's name on a shattered jar. That's right. Order. Your Honor, it would appear more information is needed to regard to this jar and its bloody message. We may be missing something critical here. Something critical? Chief Prosecutor? It seems you're in the dark as we are about the truth towards which we were headed. What? Just tell us exactly what you saw. We'll piece together the information to arrive at the truth. Very well, the witness may now continue her testimony. Okay. Jar and message in blood. Alright. I immediately noticed the blood traces on the jar. But it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it out, okay? To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. You mean you were the one who wiped away the message in blood? It wasn't Chief Prosecutor at the time. I wasn't Chief Prosecutor. She didn't think Dark was the real murderer? That's why she tried to erase the real evidence? Very well, the defense may now begin its cross-examination. Okay. Jar and message in blood. I immediately noticed the traces, okay. But it was dark in the room and I didn't have time to check it. Wait, what? To be safe, I wiped away the blood. The fragments were large, so I'm sure I got them all. All I could think about was wiping them clean before they were discovered. So you illegally rearranged the crime scene? Yes, I don't have any excuse for my actions. I'm so sorry, Lana. I don't know. I've treated you so badly all this time. It's not too late. There's still plenty of time to make up. After we've gotten to the bottom of this incident. No doubt this day will leave a permanent stain on the history of the prosecutor's office. More contradictions have surfaced in her testimony. Your sister's really putting up a fight. She must really care about you. Still, she's not doing this the right way. I think I've finally figured out the contradiction in her testimony. There's one final possibility that might turn everything around. Alright. Wait, there's something. Wait, hold on. This is E, that's M. I'm trying to remember how it was shattered. But how could you see with the power out? It should have been pitch black in the office. The detective's always prepared, Mr. Wright. I always carry a pocket light and a camera with me. Even I carry a bottle of emergency luminol whenever I go. I never miss anything. I got every last piece. I'm afraid this action of yours reveals what really happened. What do you mean? If you really thought Dark killed the prosecutor Marshall, you wouldn't have wiped away the blood. What else could I have done in this situation? Lana, I only had a few moments. There wasn't enough time for me to do anything else but gather up the pieces. So you didn't know your sister's name was written on the jar? No, if I had known, I would have gathered all the pieces and ground them up to dust. Well, that helps my case. Lana, you did that for me? It seems you two make up. Yeah, what? Anyway, I just barely had enough time to move the body as it was. If someone happened upon the scene, you'd lose your chance to erase the evidence. You must have been in a hurry. I was. I knew I had to destroy the evidence before anyone came. This is rather shocking. So the jar was already broken. It's a miracle that thing had to break in earlier. It certainly looks as feeble as the defense's case. That's crazy. You're an ace detective who never missed a detail. Do you really expect us to believe you didn't investigate what was written on the jar's pieces? Normally, excuse me. Normally I would have. But then it was still in the safe though. Yeah, okay, because the piece was still in the safe. You didn't get them all. Miss Skye, I believe this jar conceals a truth that even you were unaware of. Alright. What? We found the final piece of the jar in Chief Gaunt's safe. In the Chief's safe? But how? I knew it. She really didn't know. There's something even more disturbing about the final piece. There was still blood on it. That's right, but the witness just testified that she gathered every last piece and wiped the blood off them. Yes, which leaves us with only one explanation. On the night Prosecutor Marshall was murdered, you were not the first one to show up to the scene. Here we go. Chief Gant got there before you. There we go. Could the defendant have simply missed a piece? I'm afraid that's unlikely. The pieces are too big for anyone to miss, let alone an ace detective. More like ace defective, sorry. That may be well, but everyone makes mistakes. Even I once wasted an entire day looking for my dentures. They were in my mouth all along. Can you believe that? That's crazy. Have you forgotten, Your Honor? When this witness arrived at the scene, the jar was already broken. Oh, that. There's no way a name can have been written on a shattered jar. Another person discovered the scene prior to the witness. I hope you're not implying this person was Chief Gaunt. At the time, he was looking for Dark downstairs. Besides, even if he was there first, why would he break the jar? The question is, if he did arrive there first, why did he hide the fact for 2 years? Well, Your Honor, can you answer us that? No. Oh? Wait, I'm not the one on trial here. Yeah, literally. Damon Gant arrived at the crime scene prior to the witness. He proceeded to break the jar. It purposely hid one of the broken pieces. Question. What is this action called? Fabrication of evidence. But why would you have gone through that? In light of what happened afterwards, isn't it clear? What happened afterwards? Discovering the scene, Lana Skye believed her sister Emma killed the victim. Determined to help her sister, she sought Gant's aid. Lending her his aid. Excuse me. Gant helped her create evidence in that incriminated Dark, sparing Emma, and therein lies the reason. The reason why Miss Skye became the chief's puppet. Oh. No, I did it on my own. Please, sis, stop trying to protect the chief. I can't watch you suffer anymore for my sake. Yeah. No, you didn't. I wasn't you, Emma. It wasn't you, Emma. You didn't kill anyone. Don't believe anything Mr. Wright says. Defense attorneys make up the most foul lies to defend their clients. Ouch. Foul lies? Imagine that coming from my own client. I guess you do seem the type who likes to twist the truth. I'm sorry? Wait a minute. What? What if we're still smack dab in the middle of Gant's trap? Oh, is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Lana, maybe Wright after all. What do you mean, Wright? So you do tell foul lies then, Mr. Wright? Miss Skye, please testify once more. But if evidence was fabricated behind your back, then Emma's accidental killing of Prosecutor Marshall might also be a lie. Oh. But I do remember knocking over Mr. Marshall. Miss Skye, if you will. I can't. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. The cross-examination may not change a thing. However, there's a possibility that it will, if you tell the truth. Very well. I'll testify about what I really saw. Alright, here we go. Alright, the witness may testify once more for the final time. Here we go, actual crime scene. Alright. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on the suit of armor sword. Okay. Emma and Dark were lying unconscious on the floor nearby. When I saw what happened, I thought she did it. This way I erased all the evidence that linked her to that murder. I had Chief Gant help me remove the body from the sword and carry it. But if it all really was a fabrication, Emma might be innocent. Unbelievable. The body was impaled on the armored sword. You were the only one who saw that. If only you had proof. Actually, I do have proof. Oh? I gave it to Mr. Wright just this morning. The book! What? Me? It's a picture I took of the crime scene as I encountered it. I thought it might be needed. It's in the picture book, but I don't remember receiving a picture like that. Lana must have known. See, Mr. Wright, she really does have faith in you. Very well, Mr. Wright. Please present us this picture. I don't remember receiving any pictures from Lana. Lana said she gave it to you this morning, right? I seem to remember getting something from her. Let's check that evidence again. There must be a picture in there somewhere. It's in this. Oh, wait, we can open the book. Okay. Here we go. Let's do it. Pio. Oh. Hey, there's a picture here. Oh, wait, hey, there's a picture here. Whoops. Whoa, why is there blood coming out of his mouth? Oh my. This is the actual crime scene. No other detective saw the crime scene like this. Because I contacted Criminal Affairs only after I rearranged everything. Crime scene photo, taken 2 years ago. Mr. Wright, the piece cut from his vest. Could that be the handprint? The cloth was found inside Chief Gant's safe. Yeah, Emma's handprint. What's this? This is a handprint, isn't it? That cloth, it had fingerprints on it. Whoever's fingerprints those must be the real murderer. What? But those fingerprints, they're yours, Emma. Why are your lips turning all purple, Mr. Wright? Anyway, let's get on with the cross-examination. As long as you tell the truth, we should be able to flesh out the real murderer. But why would he have cut it? Very well. The defense may now begin. Alright. Here we go. When I arrived, I found Mr. Marshall's body impaled on the seat. Whoa, what the hell? Well, well, well. Look who's back from lunch. Come now, Oji. This is the poorest excuse of a trial I've ever seen. Chief Gant. What? Now you want to make me as the bad guy too? If so, I'd like to put in a word or two in my defense. I'm afraid it's too late for that. What? You already declined to testify. That means you forfeited your right to make statements of any sort. This must be that risk we were talking about earlier. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the sound of the noose tightening around your own neck. So what? You think I'm worried? Sorry to disappoint you, but I don't need to make any statements. What do you mean? The evidence will do all the talking for me. Even if I can't testify, I can still present the evidence. Yes, that's true. Wait, you mean you still have some conclusive evidence? No, I don't. But someone does. Someone? So what's your excuse, Righto? Why have you been keeping quiet about it? You do have something to show us, right? Something that proves who knocked over Neil Marshall, causing his death. Conclusive evidence that leaves no room for doubt. Is this true, Mr. Wright? Oh, he's talking about the code. If I show this piece of evidence now, Emma's sure to be made out as the murderer. Mr. Wright, if you have more evidence, present it now. If you try to conceal it. Oh boy. Anything, you will be the one appealing before the Board of Inquiries. What do I do now? I better think this through carefully. I can't afford to make the wrong decision. Should I present that piece of evidence? The one that shows who really killed Prosecutor Marshall? Oh no. Yeah, it's almost a perfect cut. Dang it. There's a handprint, right? Yeah, someone left behind an oil stain on the fabric. Whatever it is, they must have had a really oily hand. Wait, oily hand? Mr. Wright, think about it significantly. Huh? A more likely explanation is the person slipped and fell on a freshly waxed floor, getting wax all over their hand. Well, that would account for the amount of oil, I guess. I don't see what's so scientific about it, though. It happens, you know. I always step on floors at school when they're waxed. Is that something we should be knowing of? But yeah, it looks almost like a good piece. I have to. But let's see, maybe it might lead somewhere. Yes, Your Honor, I do have further evidence. Alright, the time's finally come to show it then. Those prints have got to be the chief's. Oh boy. Now then, let's see this conclusive evidence. Evidence that shows who actually murdered the prosecutor marshal. Oh boy. The only problem is the blood on his mouth. It shouldn't be, but let's find out what happens. It's a piece of leather cloth. Yes, it's most likely was cut from the victim's vest near his chest. What's this? There's a big handprint on it. Surely it must have been left on the cloth on whoever shoved the victim into the sword. What? Whose fingerprints are on this? I'm sure Wright has checked, haven't you? Well, whose are they? They're Miss Skye's. Miss Emma Skye's. What? They're mine? So I really did do it. See, I told you it was conclusive. Objection! But why would you hide it though? But this was found in your safe. Yeah, but why did you hide it? This means it's possible you forged it. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember any cloth in my safe. Do you really expect me to believe that? Objection! Ha! But give it up, Mr. Wright. It's over. You shouldn't have presented that. By presenting that evidence, you tied Emma Skye to Neil Marshall's death. No. It appears we have our killer. No. Hold it! Oh. Was I actually not supposed to do that? Everything hinged on that. In the end, Lana alone was... Ah! Uh-oh. Ooh, oops. That's why we save, folks. Anyways, what? What happened? Yeah, let's not show it. It's obvious we shouldn't do that. Your Honor, I don't have any evidence I can present at this point in time. What? You lie. Oops. Chief Gant? You opened my safe. I know you took what was inside. The conclusive evidence. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I guess we're forging our own evidence? I see. Alright. Yeah, anyways. Mr. Wright, why don't you show them? You found it together. Oh, I see. It's because you know the truth, don't you? You know whose fingerprints are on it. That's why you won't present it. What are you talking about, Chief Gant? Can't you figure it out? Take a good look at this picture. See the victim's vest? Notice anything odd about the chest area? It looks like the part of it has been cut off for some reason. You mean you had this in your safe? Hold on, sorry. Stupid glasses. It's weird, I can't focus. Alright. What? That means you, the chief of police, have been concealing evidence. This is going to be the biggest scandal in the history of the police department. Oh, we got him. Impressive. To be honest, I didn't think you had the gall, Righto. Well, I can't just let you pin me up on this murder. As the murderer, I tell you what really happened. What? You mean you admit to it? I was the first person to arrive at the crime scene that day. It then occurred to me that I could use the situation to control Lana. So you really were implementing her. manipulating her. I knew Lana. If I made it look like the blame lay with her sister, then she was that when she saw the scene, she would ask me for my aid. So you assisted Miss Skye? I told her to arrange all the evidence. I had her plant the knife tip in the victim's body and move the body across the room. And I ended up using that evidence to get Joe Dark convicted. When I tampered with the crime scene, I hid 2 pieces of evidence. That was before Lana arrived at the scene, mind you. Oh! 2 pieces of evidence? You mean those items in your safe? But why? For insurance, of course. Yeah, of course, because obviously you can use it as blackmail. It was my plan. It was to make sure my plan would work, but it's always best to be prepared for the worst. I wasn't about to let anyone blame me for a murder that girl committed. We were calculating that far ahead while forging the evidence. What do you take me for, a fool? I didn't make police chief by dumb luck. See this jar fragment? I hid the most eligible part of Emma's name. I didn't expect Lana to go and wipe the blood off the pieces. Objection! But if you fabricated all the evidence, what's to say you didn't fabricate the message on that jar too? Oh! Ho ho ho. Some people just don't know when to quit, do they? That's why I kept one more item for insurance. Oh, you mean the piece of cloth? Come on, Wright, cough it up already. I know you have it. Oh, maybe he put like, maybe he just used her hand. She wasn't conscious. What are you waiting for, Mr. Wright? So you admit to it then, Chief Gant, that you were hiding the cloth you cut off the victim's vest in your safe? Yes, I admit it. I didn't want to have to do that, being chief and all. But it's a lot better than being portrayed as a murderer. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say for yourself? Just a moment ago, you said you didn't have any evidence you could present. Foolish move, Wright-ho. You should have shown it before it was too late. It's been a long battle. But the moment of truth has finally arrived. As long as I don't mess up here, victory is mine. Here we go. Sure? Your Honor, I do have evidence to present now. Alright, then let's show this conclusive evidence. The evidence that showed that who actually killed Prospector. Maybe this is still a no? Oh wait, maybe this is still probably a no. Let me verify this once more. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest. Oh yes, at least you finally brought it out into the open. There's a handprint on this piece of cloth. Your Honor, the prosecution requests that to be immediately sent to the lab for analysis. This handprint on the leather must have been a strong impact for it to be left so clearly. You mean it could not have been forged. It must be authentic, conclusive evidence. Oh. You're as slow as the uptake as ever with it. What? Think about it. Wright-o had all this time to present this evidence. Yet he was reluctant to do so. Why would that be? You mean you already know? You know whose fingerprints are on that? Mr. Wright, do you really know? Whoever the fingerprints belong to must be the real murderer. Whose fingerprints are they? Very well. I'll tell you. It should be okay now. Everything's proceeding as predicted. The person to whom these fingerprints belong to is... I'm here to present it? Alright. Here we go. Either that or we're supposed to be forging evidence here, but I think it's fine. What? They're mine? I'm sorry, Emma, but why? Why didn't you tell me? Oh, ho, 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 ho. You're really something, right, ho? You knew this girl did it all along, and you still tried to pin the murder on me. So it's true, tragic but true. This girl really did shove prosecutor Marshall to his death. Hold on. How could you, you monster? Miss Skye, you knew whose fingerprints there were all along, yet you acted like this. She was really didn't. How could this have played any different for earlier? Miss Skye, it's not over yet. What? I said this trial isn't over yet. Huh, but I'm afraid it is over, boy. Not only this trial, but your career, too. You purposely concealed this conclusive evidence. That, my friend, is a serious offense. I'm looking forward to pressing charges after the defendant is convicted. I have your badge, boy. What's the matter? Cat got your tongue? I'm sure it's because, maybe because he was concealing himself? I don't know. But either way, that should have happened earlier. Whatever. Let's find out. Aren't you going to tell us how it feels? How it feels to be the one who single-handedly turned a poor little girl into a murderer? Before I do that, there's just one little thing to clear up. Okay. Oh, and what's that? You really killed Prospector Neil Marshall. What? Chief Gant, you are absolutely right. That piece of cloth proves who the real murderer is. Who killed Neil Marsh, you ask? It was Emma Skye, wasn't it? I'm afraid that's not possible. You see, this piece of cloth contains a critical contradiction. What? A contradiction? What is this fool bubbling on about? I'm talking about a contradiction, one that proves who the real killer is. Mr. Wright, this piece of cloth, what could it possibly contradict? Chief Gant, your tyrannical reign ends here. Behold, the piece of evidence that contradicts this cloth. What? What? What are we talking about? Maybe it's... Oh, wait! Wait, hold on. Wait, I notice it. There's blood inside his white shirt. How is that possible without the leather cloth being there already? Because it's being played out that it played out that Emma Skye pushed him. But if Gant was supposed to take the evidence after the fact, there should be blood on it too. But there's only blood. It's got to be this picture. Oh my god, I didn't even notice. And what exactly is this supposed to be? This is the picture Miss Skye took. Take a good look at it. Wow, I didn't even notice. See where the piece of his vest was cut out? I should have noticed. Damn, my brain is too pea size. Yes, his shirt is showing. Is her shirt showing underneath? It's hard to make out with all the blood on his vest, though. Exactly my point. His chest is soaked with blood. That's only natural. His lungs, no doubt, were punctured. Blood poured out of his mouth. Oh, but that piece of cloth. There's no blood on it. Wait. There's no blood on it. Oh my... man, if I noticed that before, how crazy would I have been? Alright. The next time we do the next game, if this is the end, I gotta pay attention. Since Miss Skye's fingerprints are on this cloth, there's no doubt that she shoved the prosecutor aside. However, Mr. Marshall was not impaled on the sword at that time. No, this is nonsense. Now then, Chief Gant, let me ask you something. Prosecutor Marshall was not impaled when he was shoved aside. He most likely hit his head on the ground and was knocked out. If so, tell me, who could it have been? Who could have arrived at the scene before Miss Lana Skye? Picked up the unconscious prosecutor and impaled them on the armored sword. Urgh. Then to make it look like Emma was responsible for the prosecutor's death, said person proceeded to write her name on the jar with the victim's blood. A jar that then broke on purpose to leave behind a clue. It make Lana believe her sister did it. Alright, we got you. Remember what you admitted only moments ago? That only you personally cut out the bloodless piece of this victim's vest? Ironic, isn't it? Though the very fact of creating insurance, you proved that you were the actual murderer. No! It's finally all over. What? Who? Don't tell me. Oh. Oh. That was close, right? Oh, you almost had me. Oh, sorry, but you'll have to do better than that. I refute your allegations. What do you mean you refute his allegations? You see, that piece of cloth is illegal evidence. Oh. We're gonna bring out the book on him now. Hold on. What nonsense is this? Illegal evidence cannot be used to convict a suspect. Remember, OG? Earlier, Wright here concealed that piece of cloth. So then, what's your excuse, Wright-o? Blah, blah, blah. Do you have conclusive evidence? Yes, he said, because we said at this time, right? Well, that's true. The defense did refuse to present evidence. At that moment, that piece of cloth ceased to be illegal evidence. But that's not fair. Do you actually think you could best be in court? It looks like the last laughs on you, son. I'm afraid Mr. Gaunt's claim is legally correct. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, true, illegal evidence can be used to convict a person. Assuming, of course, that the evidence is indeed illegal. Well, Mr. Wright? It's the book. It's because it's only when it's actually needed for the case, which at that point, technically it wasn't. It seems at last. The time for me to reveal my plan was finally arrived. Mr. Wright, do you admit it? That you purposefully and illegally concealed this evidence piece of cloth? Nope. I admit it. I refuse to present it at one point. Ah, so the evidence is illegal.
Objection!
No, it isn't, Mr. Gant. Oh? It's not that I didn't present evidence then. It's that I couldn't. What do you mean, you couldn't? There were certain procedures involved when presenting evidence. No, Woody, don't listen to his lies. He's nothing but a coward and can't really believe. There is only one issue left to be resolved in this trial. Is this evidence legal or not? Very well, let us settle this once and for all. Earlier you refuted to present evidence. If you can prove your conduct was not in violation of the law, then do so. And I dropped my stupid controller. Here we go. Baba! Come on, man. It's law for babies. This is my proof, Your Honor. Evidence law. What's this? I've done my homework too, Chief. Indeed, Miss Emma Skye's, Miss Emma, fingerprints were on this piece of cloth. However, at the point of time, this was merely a piece of cloth, nothing more. What? You see, it's written right here in this book. The second rule of evidence law. Rule number 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. I found this piece of evidence myself, inside your safe. It goes without saying, I did not have approval for the police department. Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And here's the crux of the matter. You see, at the time, it was impossible for me to prove the relevance between the cloth and the SL9 incident. What kind of nonsense is this? You want relevancy? Just take one look at this picture and... Objection! Hold on. Sorry, but can you recall when was that picture presented? That was shown only a few moments ago. No. He's right. At the beginning of today's trial, the piece of cloth was still meaningless. The person who gave it value as evidence was you, Damon Gant. You yourself confessed to a certain truth. Let me verify this one more time. On the day of the crime, you personally cut out this piece of the victim's vest? Oh, yes. Oh, no! It was then that you proved this cloth. Alright, as conclusive evidence. Yes, you, the chief of police, personally approved this cloth. The only person who can cut this from the victim's vest is the one who stood before prosecutor. Why do I say prospector? What am I thinking of? Toy Story? Prosecutor Marshall in this final moment. In other words, the real murderer, and there's only one person who that could be. Damon Gant, the killer was you. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. I knew I should have gotten rid of him. That good-for-nothing scum. For 2 years, he's been snooping around the department trying to get something on me. Crimes are being committed every day, yet he insisted on hounding me. Well, your crime isn't exactly petty. He wanted to reinvestigate the case. He recruited Angel Star, then convinced Bruce Goodman. Bruce Goodman? Yeah, that's right. If the evidence is transferred, I'll lose my only chance to find out the truth. Please, you've got to help me. Goodman turned him down, as he ought to. Still, Drake Marshall didn't know when to quit. He stole Goodman's ID card and tried to take the evidence. Goodman came to me that day. He wanted to fill a lost item report. I went with him to the evidence room. Then all of a sudden, he decided to speak out. Oh? What are you talking about, Goodman? Can you please reopen the investigation, Chief? We can't transfer the evidence out. There's still too many questions left unanswered. He opened his evidence locker and he was taking the evidence out. He said, "It's not too late. I'm going to hand all this over to Marshall." Well, to be honest, I was a bit taken back by his words. I had a feeling when he came to see me, but I never thought he'd bring up SL9. That's when I saw it, the accursed knife. I couldn't just pull it out. Doing so would have led to more blood, making it near impossible to hide your crime. Even so, the blood was still pouring out. I didn't know who might stumble in, so I hurried to wipe it up. I was worrying so much about the floor, I didn't realize my fatal mistake. It's the blood mark on, yeah, there you go. Yep. On Gumshoe's locker. I used to be known as the crime computer. But everyone has to start somewhere, I guess. I was too nervous. I had no business doing any of it. And then you put the body in my car? I'm sorry. I couldn't think of any other way to move the body. I broke your trunk, but what's the big deal? You make a lot more than us detectives ever will. Leaving the prosecution's car aside. How could you get Miss Skye involved in all of this? Well, she had so much to lose if the truth came out. So you took the evidence from Detective Goodman's locker? I felt bad for having to do it. I also didn't have the time to pick and choose what to take. So, you left the jar fragments and the glove? Yeah. It looks like I was better off being an investigator of crimes than a committer. They all did their best to get in my way. I've got to hand it to them. They do their jobs well, much to my dismay. Alright. Fake evidence doesn't hold up very well upon close examination. You must have known that. Tell me, Worthy, why do you stand in court? Me? You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me, we're the same. One day you'll understand. Excuse me. Oh, believe me, you will. You're just one man. You'll see what it really takes to bring them down once you try to go it alone. Well, looks like it's time to say goodbye. Oh, gee. What? Looks like we'll have to cancel that lunch date. Sorry, old friend. I'm sorry too, Damon Gant. I knew you as you used to be long ago. You were once a fine investigator, an example to others on the force. I'm sorry to learn that you are no longer that person. Those days are gone now, Aji. Thanks for all the memories, though. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Now you have Wright here, and Worthy. And with these two around, you can't go wrong. In fact, I can hear them already. The melodious sounds of a new beginning. Alright. There are two things I want you to understand. Yes. First, your sister never hurt anyone. Second, David Gant betrayed you from the beginning. You see, Miss Skye, you have no longer any reason to keep silent. You're right. When this trial is over, I'll tell everything. All that I have done these past 2 years. From the time I had Gant to help me forge evidence up till today. So, it seems all the questions raised in this trial have been answered. I'm sorry, Miss Skye. I couldn't get you out of all your trouble. My, what high standards you have for a rookie. I'm sorry? Alright. I could see why Mia thought so highly of you. Who knows? A few years from now, you just might make it to the top. Oh, huh. I owe you my thanks, Mr. Wright. Whoa, nice. Miss Skye. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You've suffered every bit as much as I have over these past few days. Believe me, I know how much of an ordeal it's been for you. It was nothing. Liar. I was worried the pressure might break you. And yet, you rose above it all and guided Mr. Wright to victory. You've done well, Mr. Edgeworth. Stop it. I only did my job. In light of this case, it seems as good self-examining is in order for all of us. Miss Skye. Yes, Your Honor. You are innocent of murder. However, although the chief blackmailed you, the fact is you still acted as his accomplice. A trial will be rescheduled for these crimes at a later date. Yes, I understand, Your Honor. Is there something amusing about all this? Why are you smiling? It's been a long time, Your Honor. A long time since I felt free of these heavy chains. Well, this trial has gone on far too long already. Regarding the charge of murder, this coward finds the defendant, Miss Lana Skye, not guilty. Yeah. Oh my God, this is a very long episode. Let me tell you. All right, but it was a good one. That is all. The court is adjourned. February 25th. At long last, it's finally over. Emma? Why the long face? I'm sorry your sister didn't get completely off the hook. But at least she wasn't convicted for a murder she didn't commit. No, it's not it. Just now, after the trial ended, I can see why Mia Fey thought so highly of you. I owe you my thanks. And to you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You suffered every bit as much as I have for the past few days. You've done well. Oh, you didn't hear that. You know, I did my best too. But Lana didn't say a single word to me. Oh, yeah, huh? Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later for the fourth time. Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? Making a detective run around all day while on duty. You say this all the damn time. And to top it off, you call me here? I've seen happier people at funerals. Hey, lighten up, pals. I'm only kidding. Oh? Are you here because of my sister again? Nope. Not this time. I came today because of you, pal. Me? That's right. I thought you'd like to see someone. Hey! Lana, should you be doing this? She's still on arrest, you know. Well, I won't tell you if you won't. I won't tell if you won't. Emma, I owe you an apology. It's okay, sis. Don't worry about it. That day 2 years ago. Oh? Was the first time in my life I ever panicked. It was all I could do to keep myself from screaming. All I could think about was keeping you from getting wrapped up in all this. Sis, I asked Gant to help me cover up the truth. I thought I was doing it for your sake. But now, I realize I was wrong. She was doing it for her own sake. I changed after that day. Never mind. I had to. I was the only way. It was the only way I could make it through the past 2 years. I knew how much I was hurting you by just distancing yourself. But I couldn't bring myself to tell you what I did. I was scared. Scared that you'd look at me with those eyes of yours. I was scared of how you'd react if you knew. But sis, you were only doing this for me. No. Huh? I turned my back on you that day, and hiding what I believed to be the truth. I was deceiving you. Sis, I'm such a fool. It took me all this time to realize it. Emma, I'm so sorry. But sis, you don't have to apologize. I'm happy now. You're happy? Of course. You know, sis, I have always knew that one day you'd come back. And now you have. Nah. Oh, Emma. I hope these siblings will stay in good health other than the Faye sisters. No one can change the past. The one thing we can do is strive to make up for our mistakes. Why must we make up for our mistakes, you ask? Because in doing so, we can find the way back to a rightful path. Oh. And it is from there that we can move on toward a brighter future. Emma in those two drawings looks like she's much older than she looks. Alright. At least that's what I felt watching the two sisters make up. Mr. Wright? Mr. Gumshoe? Me? Thank you both for all that you've done. I'm sure we'll meet again someday. Oh, I'm sure we will. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? Edgeworth? Where's Edgeworth? Stop hiding and come over here. Aw, he's shy. Was he hiding? I just came to say hi. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Right. Well, I'll be going now. Hey, come back, bruh. Okay? Mr. Edgeworth, I hope you don't blame yourself for what happened. We were the ones who acted corruptly, not you. Edgeworth has been through a lot these past two, trials, bro. It's not too late for me. Huh? No matter what anyone may say, I realize today that I can't correct my mistakes. Mr. Edgeworth. Not only that, but I don't even trust myself anymore. Chief Gant was right. You despise criminals. I can feel it. You and me were the same. One day you'll understand. You see what it means. I really don't know. Okay. Alright. I do despise criminals. I plan to dedicate my entire life to fighting them. But in order to fight crime on my own, I need a weapon. It's scary, but I've known that to be true for quite some time now. But Edgeworth, who knows? Given time, I might have tried to pull something like Chief Gant did. That thought terrifies me. That's why I can't continue on as a prosecutor. Is he gonna be an attorney? Alright. Edgeworth, don't you understand? Damon Gant and your mentor, Manfred von Karma. Oh yeah, I forgot. I'm like, what the frick? We're both the best of the best when it came to fighting crime. But they both made the same mistake. You said in order to fight crime on my own, I'd need a weapon. That may be true, but think back to today's trial. You weren't alone. That's right, you had me. You were working together with Mr. Wright. And because of that partnership, you were able to present evidence that otherwise would have gone undiscovered. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Yeah. What is this, a pop quiz? Come on, Mr. Wright. Show him what Lana's talking about. Evidence, huh? Wait. Okay, I won't make the same mistake again. Oh no! Something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find out on our own. Fuck. Oh, it's the fingerprints, isn't it? If I get this wrong, I have to go through all of that again. It's this. He gave us this. Wait, something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find alone? Oh, damn it. Wait, I don't know what it is. Oh no, I tried to save. Oh. Ah, no. No, I'm having deja vu. I had to go through all this again. Something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own. What did we do that was together? The cloth? It's gotta be the cloth, right? That might mean something to you, but I don't see how it had anything to do with our partnership. Huh? Mr. Wright? It seems you still have a lot to— Fuck! I guess that wasn't the right piece of— Mother— I'll see you guys in a little bit. Ah, God. Oh, I have to go through all this. I'll be back. God. Okay, now we are back. It took a while to get back here, just like with Maya Fey. But we're back. Let's see what it was. Something that we could have not known without each other. The other one I was thinking about is probably the book, because I know we all like started with this. That meant something to you. That might mean something to you, but I don't see how it meant to Mr. Wright. It seems you stuff up. No. I gotta find out what it is. Something that neither Edgeworth nor I would have been able to find on our own. The jar? The jar? Or unless it's the paper. Brother. You know, I'm gonna make— oh, I'm gonna make an emergency another save, because maybe I might frick up. It's not this either. Okay, just to make sure I don't mess up, let me just put another save of the same save. Alright. Something that I would have never been able to find on our own. Oh! That's the picture I drew. So it is this one. Our counterattack began with this. You had one half of the evidence list and I had the other. Of course it is. Apart, we would have been able to completely restore... Wouldn't have been able to completely restore Emma's picture. Yeah, I guess. Alright. That didn't just happen by chance, Mr. Edgeworth. It's time for me to go. Mr. Edgeworth? If you'll excuse me, there are still some loose ends that need wrapping up. Take care, Chief Prosecutor. What about loose ends? Edgeworth, what will you do now? Well, whatever you do, just remember, you can let what happened kill the prosecutor and you, or you can let it help you grow. Or you can let what happened kill the prosecutor in you, or you can let it help you grow. In the end, it's up to you. I know. It seems all you my thanks to, Wright. But what I face now is my problem. Edgeworth, I'll be waiting for you in court. Farewell. See ya. I'd better be going too. Okay, but I'll be by to visit soon. It seems we both have a lot to learn and catching up to do. Scientific investigation. Here, this is a little something for you. Scientific investigation is the first book I ever bought. It's the first book I ever bought. Study it well. Thanks, sis. I will. And so, another case came to a close. As for the sisters, I have faith. Faith that their lives have only just begun. Yay! And as for me, alright. I think it's time I started on a new journey of my own. Yeah! A journey to rediscover myself. Well, don't go tracking off just yet, pal. No, is there another one? Huh? What is it, detective? There's just a little matter to be resolved about the chief prosecutor. What? You see, she's supposed to be out of jail like this. But I thought you said it was okay. Yeah, well, it may be okay with me, but the folks at the prison are a different story. Basically, I had to bribe a guard in order to sneak her out for 30 minutes. Believe me, it wasn't cheap either. Huh? Way to go, detective. I didn't know you had a wild side. Yeah, well, you see. Mr. Wright here is the one who will be footing the bill. What? Huh? What do you think what? You think I can afford it with my salary? You gotta be kidding me, pal. Huh? Thank you, Mr. Wright. You're the best. Why is it I suddenly feel like I want to scream? Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we all go pay it off together? Yeah, that's a great idea. Come on, guys. Let's go. Objection! Hold on. Yay! And this is the true ending, I think. Yay, so now our team right now seems to be, I believe it's Gumshoe. And then, oh, I arranged for a friend of mine in Europe to take care of Emma. Never mind. I hope she'll be pleased to study under a top corner. As for me, this affair has pretty much ended my days at the prosecutor's office. Still, I managed to find my way back to the field somehow. Then, I'll be able to investigate crimes together with Emma. Oh. Alright. So what was the meaning of the other credits, though? Let's go. But now I think this is the end? Question mark? Yikes, I think I was a goner for a moment. In the end, though, they overlooked my unauthorized investigation of the chief's office. If we penalized you anymore, it would be worse than firing you. Yep, that's what they said. It just goes to show you can't shake me off that easy. Okay, never mind. I guess we're alone again. But I think I can finally talk about the game for real. I had a lot of fun with this game. Damn, did it take a lot of time, though. it definitely goes to show you how my brain is still kind of small, yet can be good sometimes. There are definitely some areas where I could have probably figured some stuff out if I just stopped to think. And I hope to get better the next time. My new mission is to guard the main entrance and take care of the evidence room. Can you believe it? I've been demoted to a security guard. My partner's keeping an eye on the entrance for me today. What? I'll show them though. Someday I'm going to make my detective. Yes, sir. Then that's just be like that Dick Gumshoe. But I would love to, if we can get to the next game and then I actually figure stuff out before it appears. Like, for example, that picture, I could have easily figured that out. Or I could have figured that out if I was paying attention. But there was good, I did have some good foresight on some things. Other than the obvious, like, of who was our actual, like, murderers. But other than that, there has been some good predictions I've done, but not a lot of them, especially in this trial, for sure. Oh no! I kind of sucked in like half of this trial, but then I locked in a little. But we'll see how it goes in the next coming of games. So yeah. Not to mention, there's a pretty good sale going on right now. But we have 2 more games to go through, so it's still gonna be a long while. Oh, Marshall! What is it? Can't you see I'm having me a showdown with a steak lunch partner? Miss Star managed to sneak in on me. She's... Well, cowboy, looks like you did it. You even got Bambina back here. Smile. Can you make sure Billy and the gang get their water? Okay. So yeah, he's in there for stabbing beacons. But yeah, I really did enjoy this game. A lot of bright characters, and most of the... Looks like we won't be seeing each other for a while. Okay. As a farewell gift, I put a new meal in the menu. The Wright Way lunch. The top layer tastes as bitter as defeat, but the bottom layer sweet as victory. Kids seem to dig the turnabout theme. It's a hot seller around exam time. Just make sure not to eat it backwards. Right. But I think there's a bunch of great, amazing characters here, like Maya. I think it'll be interesting to see how her character grows, and not to mention, maybe her spiritual power thing might make interesting mechanics, along with Emma. Never forget what the young defense lawyer said after the trial. Let's see what his name is. Again, Mr. Left? Anyway, he said he's been doing something or other for how many years? Well, anyway, I've got another trial to get to, so I better be... Huh? Oh no, I forgot my gavel. Sorry, gotta go. But then again, for Emma, well, she's going to study abroad. Maybe she'll come back to give us more scientific work, so maybe some more, like, investigative, actual practices might be used in the future. Other than just a fingerprint, I think that's going to be really interesting. And if there's any other characters or any other new prosecutors and or maybe attorneys, because we only saw like one. Nothing soothes the soul like fresh country air. Still, sometimes I do miss hearing you and your objection. Still, I can't go back until I'm a full-fledged spirit medium. Mystic Maya, afternoon training's about to begin. Coming. Well, see you around, Nick. Oh, did we actually go meet her? Aw, that's so cute. Alright. But hopefully in the next game we get to have Maya back. But I don't know if there's going to be like a major time skip or what. We'll see. But yeah, I actually did enjoy this game. And it's nice to be chugging my brain at stuff. We'll see if it'll get better though. Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, this guy. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth. I brought you your tea. What's going on? What? Okay. But in terms of the themes around each trial, I think they're all pretty good so far. Of course we had the easy ones, of course, but the later ones have been pretty good, especially this one. Thanks for coming to meet me. I can't believe I'm going to Europe. Thank you, Mr. Wright. Thank you so much for everything. I'm a little sad, but I'll be alright. Whenever I want to see Lana, all I have to do is open this book. Oh. Oh! Oh, did she put something in here? Alright. Oh? Oh, it's when she became a detective. Oh, that is so cute. Wow. That's cute. W Capcom. But I heard this game. Well, actually, when did that new Ace Attorney come back? I don't know. I do have that though, but obviously I kind of want to go through the other games first. Maybe other than the Edgeworth series, but I don't know. Anyways, there we go. We have done it. That is the end for Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. We are done. We are done with this game. I cannot believe it. I can't earn achievements in up. What the what? Yeah, there we go. So we have 5 episodes. Wow, look at that. I mean, you can go back to wherever you want to. Legal evidence court is adjourned. Wow, Jesus. Yeah, this one with Butts at the beginning. And then when Mia died here, then the samurai story, and then this one. These last 2 were definitely something. And both heavily involving Edgeworth, by the way. But damn, this one took a long while. But I think I had a really a lot of fun with it. So we'll see how it's gonna go now. We're gonna see. Oh yes, you have to go through like this. Okay. Do we have any achievements in this game? Yeah, but next we are gonna go into Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Justice for All. I have actually been seeing a lot of people, some VTubers mainly, obviously. It seems they're actually playing Trials and Tribulations here, so we'll see how that goes. So this one was 2001, 02, then 04. 02, huh? Well, we'll see when we get to that, but it's gonna be a pretty good while, so we're gonna see. Wait. Okay, maybe we shouldn't look in there? Or does it separate the games, or? Okay, it doesn't. Okay. But yeah, that is gonna do it for Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, the first one. One day we will be back for Justice for All to see how this world continues to develop and more cases to be solved. So I'm very excited for when we come back to this game. But we are now going to go back into Hyrule Warriors and Kirby. When we finish those, we'll go into Metroid Prime 4. That is our goal, and then we will go into a pretty major series after Metroid, probably an RPG, but I have to figure out which one, because I don't know. I have a lot of games, and again, I don't have a lot of time, so I'll see how this is gonna go. So thank you guys for watching. If you watched this whole thing, thank you. I hope you enjoyed this series, and for some of my good plays and some of my worst moments. But regardless, I did enjoy this game, so thank you guys for watching. Good night, good evening, or good morning, depending on when you see this. I'll see you guys next time when we head into Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Justice for All. I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye for now. Ooh, well, yeah. Bye-bye.